shame-free life.
Greetings, blessings, peace and blessings. Shalom to your family. Hope you're doing well. This is Ronald Zion. Listen, I just want to talk to you very briefly by pretty much making a statement. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive yourself. I had a very interesting conversation with it was a consultation with a potential client. The individual is actually going through the grieving process. We know there's 5 stages of grief. And the grieving of the loss is linked to unforgiveness, but it's not unforgiveness of someone else that has wronged the individual, but how the person is having difficulty in forgiving themselves. You know, it's very challenging to forgive someone else or a group of people that may have wronged you, may have done some unspeakable things to you. And it really depends on who you are, and do we have the necessary resources, inner tools to be able to help us in the rebuilding process of our own lives and repairing the areas in our lives concerning forgiveness, to release. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you, to release you from the ties of unforgiveness. Because as long as we don't forgive that person, then now we have constituted a relationship with that person. That person could be in California and you're in New York. That person could be in Miami and you're in Arizona. But you still have a relationship with that person on the basis of that you have a tie between you two, and that tie is unforgiveness. But what happens when it's not a person outside of you that you're struggling to forgive? It's you forgiving yourself. There's so many people, perhaps you are one, perhaps you know someone that's having a very difficult time in forgiving themselves. You may be a single parent, mother or father, during that time tried to do the best that you could to raise your child or children, working multiple jobs, not paying attention in certain areas because you were so stretched in every area, doing the best that you could. And now you can't forgive yourself because that child now that is older reminds you constantly of, you weren't there for me at this particular time in my life. That's because I was working 3 jobs. And I'm sorry I wasn't there. I was 17, I was 16, I was 18, I was 21. I was doing the best that I could. It's time to forgive yourself. Or perhaps you were involved in an addiction in a time of your life and you were you were completely gone as it relates to addiction. We're not the best parent. We're not the best child. We're not the best aunt, cousin. You were not the best friend. You were not the best person for yourself because you were broken, you were wounded, and you were bound by substance abuse. Now you have gotten older, you've gotten wiser, and now you are living a clean life, free from codependency of drugs, whatever that drug may be. And now you're constantly reminded of who you were then by those around you. And you join in the conversation with them to add to the conversation. Well, I guess you're right. You know, I'm sorry I did that, or I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I stole from you. But I'm much better now, and I've turned my life around. It's time for you to forgive yourself. You see, there are many people that will not forgive you for what you have done, and that's their prerogative. But the question today, will you forgive yourself? There's certain people that have done no wrong, but a second or third party said that they said something that they didn't say, did something that they didn't do, And so now you walk around with that foreboding dark cloud on your head wherever you go, regardless of the relationship that you're in or not in, or get involved in another relationship, regardless of what job that you quit and you get another job, upgrade, get another car, motorcycle, bike, home, downgrade, upgrade, get another, posting everything on social media, but you're still not happy. Because you haven't forgiven yourself. See, when we walk in a place of unforgiveness of self, you rob yourself of the identity that you truly are. What you did back then, who you were back then, does not speak of who you are right now, except if you are that same person that you were in the rearview mirror of your past. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time for you to let yourself off the hook. It's time for you to come to the understanding that I was a wreck then, I was broken, I was traumatized, I had issues, I was not the best person. Or I'm not the person that these people were painting me out to be. I'm better than that now. Can't you see where I am now? Can't you see that I'm trying now? Those that have eyes, they will see. Those that have ears, they will hear. Those that have a mind to perceive, they will understand that you are a different man, that you are a different woman, if they choose to. But the question today is, will you forgive yourself? Because it's time to forgive yourself. I encourage you, if you are that, forgive yourself. Because you not only rob yourself of your identity, but the true power to walk and enjoy life, to take on life, to walk with your head up and your shoulders square, because you no longer see yourself through the lenses of yesterday, but of today, and you're taking a glimpse of tomorrow, because tomorrow will be much better than today, because you are a new creature. Why? Because you've done the work. And those individuals that can see that you've done the work, they have eyes to see. Those individuals that don't have eyes to see will never see that you've done the work. Will you forgive yourself? Because it's time to forgive yourself. To walk in the true essence, in the true power of your identity, of your real identity, of who you are on this day and who you are becoming. So I just encourage you, forgive yourself. Break the soul tie of yesterday. Break the soul tie of last year, 5 years ago, 10, 20, 25. It's people 30 years ago to date, and they are still tied emotionally to what happened, who they hurt, what they said. And it's a new day. But it's difficult for you to see it until you take off your glasses of your past and put on your glasses of the present and right now by forgiving yourself. Anyway, I hope this is a blessing to you. If so, definitely subscribe to the Shame-Free Life community and family. Right beside it, there's that bell. Smash that bell. You get the instant notification whenever I do go live, upload a video, or shoot a premiere video. You will always remain in the loop. And thirdly, if this has been a blessing to compel you to become a much better version of yourself, because you have decided, I'm going to choose to forgive myself. Out of everyone in the world, I'm going to forgive me, because I deserve the best that life has to offer. Because who I am now is not who I was then. And I will not allow anyone or anything, anybody, not even myself, to hold me from the best version of myself. Share this video with someone else. And as I always say and will continue to say, that your life begins when you say so. It's time to forgive yourself. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life. Yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame.